Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Today, I am going to take a first look and page through the Fragged Empire 2nd Edition rulebook from Design Ministries. This is available through Modiphius Entertainment here in the United States. This 204-page hardcover is written by Wade Dyer. It does carry an MSRP of $55, or you can grab just the PDF alone over at DriveThruRPG for $22. Now, the PDF is out. I know that for a fact. I do believe the physical book is now arriving in stores. All that said, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Fragged Empire 2nd Edition, at least the core rule book. So before we jump on in, do want to mention that the fine folks over at Design Ministries were kind enough to provide me with this review copy. But neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this coverage with you. These days, it's very, very important that you know that. We're also not going to look at each and every page of this book, but I do want to give you a very good feel for what you're going to find inside. And I'll be the first to point out, I have heard people talk about Fragged Empire in the past. I know absolutely nothing about it. So we actually have a few different Fragged Empire releases we will be taking a peek at and that I will be reviewing soon enough. All right, so it looks like we have a little sell sheet on the back. So let's take a look at the sell sheet. Your genetically engineered people are just now returning to the stars to usher in the dawn of a new post-apocalyptic age. Now is the time to reconnect with other forgotten species, explore war-torn worlds, combat ancient threats, and forge new frontiers. A typical game of Fragged Empire will see you and your friends take on the role of a character from one of 8 core species. You will join together to form a ragtag band of misfits who travel the stars in a rundown spaceship, taking odd jobs and getting into trouble. Yeah, that sounds a little familiar. So I do like how it shows the setting. We get some icons, kind of keywords here. Rules, PC species, and this does require the setting guide, which we will be taking a look at very, very shortly. So let's jump on into the rule book. So let's see, where is our credit page? Maybe it's in the back, like our artist credits. So I do see it says created by Wade Dyer. Aha, well, we get our, what is a role-playing game? So we're going to get into character creation. Fragged Empire is a post-apocalyptic setting where your people are just now returning to space following a century of hiding during the aftermath of a galactic war where the Nephilim and their Zion master successfully defeated the Archons and their servile nations. It's a universe that leans heavily into themes of cultural tension and exploration, with a dash of transhumanism, nation building, and a hope for a better future. A typical game of Fragged Empire will see you and your friends take on the role of a character from one of 8 core species. Okay, so we already saw that on the back. So some discussion of a session 0, some tips on creating a team, and then we've got a step-by-step guide to our character creation. So we're going to have a species selection. We're going to have 18 points to break up across our attributes. We're going to select trained skills, 6 primary, 2 personal combat skills, and 2 spacecraft combat skills. We're going to select a trait. Looks like you gain a trait per level. Select a complication. Well, you're going to start off with 1 plus 1 per 5 levels. Resources and influence, you'll figure out. Substats, you'll have 1 to 3 weapons. You'll have an outfit. You'll have a utility. And then we've got some optional aspects too. So our attributes, strength, reflexes, mobility, focus, intelligence, and grit. Looks like we've got a slot system for encumbrance. I can see right there because it's talking about some of the sub scores that you're going to utilize from the core attributes. So an average person has 2. So should I guess this is going to be a dice pool system? I'm curious. Well, here we go. Skill roll right there. Game Master sets the scene and difficulty. PC describes their goal and approach. PC rolls 3d6 and adds a skill modifier. Okay, so there you go. It's 3d6 looking to roll high, and then the Game Master is going to describe the outcome. So we're going to have a difficulty rating that the players are going to roll against, looking to roll equal to and above would be my guess. So we've got unexpected consequences. Rolls of 4 or more above or below the required difficulty should produce an additional positive or negative unexpected consequence of the Game Master's choice. We have strong hits. It's like that is on a 6 on your dice. So we've got skill lists. Some of them are persuasion, culture, resolve, stealth. These are primary skills. Personal combat skills, spacecraft combat skills. So we have electronics, biotech, medicine, astronomy. So it doesn't look like we have tons and tons of skills, that the skills are rather broad. Then we have arcane roles. So we must have some sort of different abilities. So here we go. Psionics, ancestral memories, anti-grav, body morphing. Interesting. We have perks, character size. You're tiny. Character size, you're big. You're a robot. You have a support network that helps you out. So we have acquisition roles and spare time roles. So it looks like this is some downtime activities here. So an acquisition role works just like a skill roll, except they cost a spare time point to attempt. This spare time point is spent even if your roll fails. So you're looking to acquire something, maybe repairs for your starship, supplies, and so forth. So here we've got our character sheet. So here's an example character. So these are all, I'll move this over so you can see it. These are all our skills here. So our combat skills are small arms, heavy arms, tactical, and exotic. And then our starship skills are command, engineering, operations, and gunnery. Our equipment slots, which is based on strength, if I remember correctly, taking a look at those core attributes. And then here are some of our substats, like armor, defense, munitions, endurance. Then we're going to start getting into gear. So weapons, outfits, utility. We're going to have a bunch of tables. Maybe not. I wonder if you're just creating your gear. Yes, weapon and outfit creation. So select a base weapon / outfit. Select one variation per type, and you can add any number of modifications. When we get into personal combat, so we have combat turns. So personal combat is broken up into turns, each representing about 10 seconds of time. You have 5 actions to choose from: reposition, overwatch, snapshot, sighted shot, take aim, prep. Well, that's more than 5. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 6. I was going to say, wait a second. Turns out it was 6. It looked like a 5, just glancing down at it. Different kinds of cover, light, heavy, and being entrenched. You could have a companion. So it's a separate character, but they're considered a weapon type. It appears that the combat might be relatively tactical, probably aim for utilizing miniatures. So here we've got creating your spacecraft. Those are cool. It's going to give us an example. I would think probably in the setting guide, we'll see some examples as far as weapons and starships and things along those lines, equipment. There might even be an equipment book. I know there are 3 hardcover books, which I received. One is a setting book. One is the rule book we're looking at here. And then there's a 3rd book. I didn't notice exactly what it was just yet, but we will be taking a look at that. And I also have some adventures that were sent along. So quite a lot of Fragged Empire 2nd edition goodies we will be taking a look at. So, of course, this is all Game Master facing, creating encounters, skill-based encounters, example environments. Here's our downtime. It says, be sure to follow the PC GM creativity advice on page 93. So it's talking about downtime in different environments, like urban environments, combat encounters, including spaceship combat, creating your NPCs, creating NPC spacecraft. So we have spacecraft types: outnumbered, rival, and outclassed. Aha. So outnumbered, while this NPC is ideal for a large number of small fighters, outnumbered NPC types may also use escort corvettes as a way to reflect a group of larger ships. So these must be rules for you to be able to utilize a lot of ships in spaceship combat without maybe having to tackle each and every ship. So here it looks like we're getting into some NPC types. Pirate Gang, Peacekeeper, Legion Merc, Gargantuan Brute, Tyrant Spider. This is the Nephilim. Echoes, Spectral Soldier, Farron, Deific Farron, Mechanoids, Infected Freighter, Vortex Harbinger. So we've got a combat quick reference. I'm getting the feeling this is fairly crunchy. Probably not insanely crunchy, but it does appear that there are probably quite a few subsystems for you to get into. So these look like tables for some creation examples. So weapons. So here we go. Here's some examples of pre-made weapons. Small arms, tactical, exotic. I think we had some examples of some starships, companion variations, companion modifications. So all of those tables that we're seeing a lack of, I guess I would say, early on as far as weapons and outfits, things like that, are all located here towards the back of the book. Spacecraft weapons. Example subsystems and rooms. This is looking like a pretty unique role-playing game. Now, its core mechanics seems like that would be simple enough. Rolling 3d6, adding or subtracting probably a modifier, and you're looking to meet or exceed a difficulty number. That's probably the core mechanic at its heart. So this is the front of the character sheet. The back. This looks like this is a starship character sheet. Front and back. Or maybe not just that front there, because then these are GM sheets. So it looks like this is for your baddies. So henchman, troop type, things like that. And then this is for your NPC spaceships right here too, it seems. And then we get our acknowledgements. So there we go. There's our artist credits. So all of our credits are right back here. Okay, so that's a first look into Fragged Empire 2nd edition. This is the core rulebook. Color me intrigued. I'm going to be looking into this. And of course, obviously enough, I will have a review of the core rulebook for Fragged Empire 2nd edition in the not-too-distant future. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I share videos such as this first look, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you are not going to find here on the channel. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.